Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and to the Feels Like Summer YouTube Hop from the Paper Crafty YouTubers on Facebook group. And my layout is going to be of these two pictures right here. They're both of Hope, and they were taken at the same time, even though one of them somehow printed out more blue on the t-shirt than the other, but it is a gray, it's not a blue. And I decided to go ahead and ink the background of the part of my paper that's actually going to show, because I am going to put wood grain paper on top of this. And I did the top half with the light blue, and then the bottom half is just going to be a green. Kind of like the sky and the green grass, that was what was in my head at the time I was doing it. But neither one really looks like the sky or the grass. And the collection I'm using, well, the paper that I'm using is I Love Summer. I think that's what that wood grain is. But there's like 3 different summer ones in there. They're all Echo Park, and I'm not sure which comes from where, but I was going with my theme of ice cream, because if you look at that picture over there, she has ice cream on her face, her clothes, everywhere. And I got to thinking about a lemonade stand and instead have an ice cream. So I was going to do something like that. And that's why the blue and the green and now the wood grain. And right after I get that paper on there, I think, oh, I was planning on inking this. So I'm using antique linen distress ink. And I really didn't need to ink that part that I pulled up, because I am going to end up putting another piece over the top of it later. But at the time, I didn't know I was going to do that. I just decided, spur of the moment, to do it. And when I was putting it down, I thought, well, I could have skipped inking that one. I used my big scallop. No, it's called giant scallop. Sizzix die. It's a Sizzix, whatever the long ones are called. And it's not quite long enough. It cuts out just a hair shy of 12 inches. So I will clip it right there past the first scallop on the left and just cover that little space up, rather than have that gap way down there at the end. And then I wanted to put the ice cream on there so I could tell exactly how far it was going to go and if I needed to clip it at the first or the second scallop. And I went with the first, and I'm using that ice cream, and it was on the cut aparts, and it says Daydreamer and Daydreams and ice cream. And I'm not sure which one it's from. I am thinking it might be the I Love Summer, but there is a pool one in there, and then there's a pretty old one that I pulled. But well, I think the very old one's actually Photoplay, but they all go together anyway. The colors are really similar. I'm putting that ice cream, it's the biggest one I'm going to have on my page, on foam tape and covering up my little spot there so that nobody could see it. And I cut out those, the ice cream 5 cents. Yeah, I went for the 5 cents. I thought, well, if it's going to be a stand, I'm only going to make it 5 cents. And it was a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I believe I had it from way back when, before I ever started scrapping. But I'm kind of low on yellow. I have some, but yeah, it's the textured, and I wasn't really wanting textured. And I thought, I'm gonna have to order me some yellow. I don't have very much to choose from here at all. But since it was such a bright yellow, I inked it with the antique linen. And here's where I decided I needed that other strip on there. I put foam tape on the strip that's up there on the top, but I decided not to put it on this one. I just make it go across there so that it kind of distinguished that it is ended, that part there. And I'm still going to put 2 more pieces of wood grain paper on there before I'm done, pretty close to the end, because I got to thinking, well, if I'm going to have it be a stand, I need some sides, so I will put a couple pieces on the side there. That first picture on the left, somebody's holding her ice cream in their hand, and I'm sure it's to keep her from getting too messy. We had a walk that day for You Can. We all had matching t-shirts on that day. and which was pretty good because they went on up to St. Louis and went to the Arch and the Science Museum, and that's pretty good. Everybody has the same shirt on when you go somewhere. If you were to misplace a child, which heaven forbid, I'd be in such a panic, you could say, well, she has a shirt on like this. But hers, you could always say she has a shirt on like this with ice cream all over it. But they took the pictures, and my son had texted them to me. I, well, I think he sent that. I take it back. He sent it on Messenger, and apparently I hadn't saved it to my computer. And I got to thinking about a picture, and I couldn't find it on the computer. So here I'm scrolling back through hundreds of messages, and I found a bunch that he sent me for that whole weekend that I had never scrapped. So yeah, this is getting scrapped, and pretty soon I'm going to scrap the one with the dinosaur. But she's adorable, ice cream or not. And I picked all the stuff from like the two or three collections that are themed. And that one there that I just put on there, the round looking one, it says the taste of summer. Since a hop feels like summer, I thought that would work. And what do? I cut it off a little short. So I'm having to kind of move everything around, which I am going to move it some more because I am not happy with it the way it is. And so, yeah, I'm going to move it some more and wish I had not cut off so much and left a little bit more on there. What was I thinking? But that camera there is, well, and it was Amy Tan. It was one, gosh, I don't even remember the name of it. It was that long ago, but I found like a whole sheet still in the paper pad and a partial. So I went ahead and cut the partial out and put it in with the cameras. So I still have a whole sheet, but it goes perfectly with the colors in this. I mean, the exact same shade of pink. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that when I was looking through there and happened to see it. Because it hadn't been that long ago since I put them in there. The ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I had to use it, of course. So this could be a truck going around with the ice cream because they have similar openings. So yeah, I was thinking that too when I went ahead and put that up there. And look, it's the same pink that I need. I decided since she was wearing gray and no pink, I was definitely going to have pink on my layout. And y'all know how good doilies look with wood grain. I mean, it's like they're made for wood grain. I'm going to get busy putting all this on there. And that's another reason all that stuff gets moved around right above the picture because I had to put a doily in there. Yeah, I just couldn't do my layout without adding one. And I did add a small one just because of the fact I was having to squeeze it in under stuff and I wouldn't have to move as much stuff. That top little cluster up there, it says Summer Lovin', not ing. There's no G on there. Lovin'. Summer Lovin'. And I put 3 ice creams up there. And my little Cambridge doilies getting tucked in there. And as I said, I'm going to be wishing that one is a little bit longer. So I'm trying to pull it up a little bit and put stuff under there. And you really won't be able to see the whole word summer on there by the time I get done. But I won't notice that until I'm doing the voiceover. So yeah, it's going to stay. And I was looking at this and thinking, I need a tag. I want some twine. I need a tag. And y'all see my twine there? I had to go get some more off the shelf over there. I usually have it right in front of me where I just grab it, but apparently last time I used the pink, I used it all. And I do have 2 colors of pink, a light and a dark. I went for the light and it was just right. This light colored pink, I was just plain lucky. So it goes perfectly with this, and I decided to make my twine long so I can kind of twirl it through here. Everything seemed just a little blocky since I blocked it all in with wood grain, and so I decided to make some flowing movements on here by adding my twine, and I love twine anyway. I probably wouldn't even have had to have an excuse to add it because I love twine. And I went a little while not using it very much because it was across the room. Yeah. You know, you don't want to get out of the chair and you just want to keep scrapping. But today I actually went across the room and got it because I wanted it that bad. But all the other colors, I was tempted to use yellow, and there was a yellow in there that would have worked pretty good. But I wanted the pink. I thought this needs just a little more pink because she is a girl and she's got gray on. Well, you know, that one picture looks like blue, but there, it is gray. And so I'm adding it, and of course I want it in each little cluster. I added quite a bit in the one with the photos because, you know, it's a bigger cluster there. But y'all know me, I do like more. So I am putting twine in each one of my clusters. And I do have an even number of clusters, but that don't never bother me. If I like it, it don't matter how many there are. But I can count that big old cluster of letters. Maybe. Can I? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sure not. But anyway, that's my title. Yeah, you probably were wondering what that big cluster of letters was. Anyway, it's when you don't want to get messy while you're eating your ice cream, have someone else hold your cone. Well, it did not help keep her from getting messy. That child is covered with ice cream. And the hand looks pretty clean, so it did keep their hand clean while they were doing it. But she has ice cream everywhere, on her shirt, everywhere. And I'm sure they were trying to keep her clean because they went to the arch and they also went to the Science Museum. So, yeah, they were probably trying to keep her clean. But you know how kids are. And that ice cream looked like it might have been melting fast. But yeah, I'm adding those little sides, you know, for my stand there, my ice cream stand, or, you know, it might be the edges of the ice cream truck. But I kept looking at it and kept thinking, I need to add that. I would like it better if I add that. So, yeah, I am adding it to both sides. And I think I'll be just about done, if not done with my layout. Once I do that, I think that might be the last thing that I do on the layout. But if you look down there below, you'll see the links to all the other gals that are in the hop for loads and loads of inspiration and doing summer layouts. And yeah, and the theme is it feels like summer, I believe. I think that's what the theme is. But yeah, and this melted ice cream really made me think of summer. But yeah, there's her pictures, and the next to the last picture has close-ups of her where you can actually see her a little bit better. And there's my title with all those letters. And of course, ice cream everywhere since, you know, that's the theme of my layout. Besides, it feels like summer. And yeah, be sure to check all the links out there below to see the inspiration they have to offer because a whole bunch of talented gals down there. But if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. But yeah, it was a fun layout to do, and I think these pictures are adorable. Any time a kid's messy, I think it's adorable. And yeah, there's all that ice cream. Maybe more made it on her clothes and her than on the inside. But she looks like she's enjoying it pretty good. But I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.